Hello everyone, it's Chris the Batman Statue Collector, your Dark Knight of Collecting, and I'm so excited today because I'm going to be introducing you to a brand new contributor to our channel. Her name is Kelly Z, and she was a featured collector not too long ago, but now she is going to be doing an ongoing series for our channel, and I'm so excited. The show is called Kells Collects, and I want to introduce you to her right now.
Hey, this is Ravenous Kells, or you can call me Kelly. The Batman statue collector invited me to be a part of his YouTube channel and to have my own show. And so let me tell you a little bit about what we're going to have. So I tend to go on some shopping hauls where I buy a lot of like toys, statues, comic books, and I'm sure you all do too as well, but I tend to get them in like bulk. So we thought it'd be a fun idea for me to kind of show you what I got and talk about why I got it, my interest, and then eventually when we can travel again, we'll show you different comic book shops around the places that I travel to. Usually it's within the US, sometimes it'll be outside hopefully. With that said, let me tell you a little bit about myself. So I am working full-time, also in grad school, and I am super into comics and reading in general, and only a few select characters like Harley Quinn, Deadpool, Zatanna, and trying to get into like Shazam, Aquaman, John Constantine, the Hellblazers, and just some random comics from like Batman. So I love DC a lot more than I like Marvel, just because the stories are so dark and they can be so different. They can be super cute, super serious, super scary, very dark, and they're very creative with their timelines, and I like that. I like not getting so confused. Whereas with Marvel, I'm just like, I don't know where to start. I feel that way about DC sometimes, but not as much. So I feel like everyone I've met online, they tend to gear towards DC a lot more too. So I don't know, maybe it's just DC to me has better characters, interesting stories. I know their movies aren't the best, but their animated movies are great. So Marvel definitely wins with the live actions. So enough with that. I have other hobbies and stuff, but you know, you can totally ask me about that on the side. I really want to focus on the haul that I got today. So let's get started. Okay, so the first one here is John Constantine. This is a Funko Pop. So I got this as a gift from my boyfriend because I did well in school in my classes, and he decided to get them for me. Now these are usually like $40 or so, but I think he got quite a bargain. And it's really dope because the flame here and his lighter, I don't know if you can tell from the lighting, but it's actually almost like a fluorescent, like it's transparent almost. You can see through it. So when the light or the sun shines on it, it's a bright orange, and that's super dope. And there's not a lot of John Constantine toys or statues out there. If there are, there's very few that you can find on eBay, and they go for like 200 to more. And so the next one is Zatanna, this Funko Pop. Pretty sure it's old, but on the box it said spring 2020. So I was like, okay, maybe it's because she has star earrings and that's like the only difference. I don't know. I should really get something that rotates my toys. But this is very cute. I'm not actually someone who collects a bunch of Funko Pops, but if I see a character that I really like and you know it's cheap, I have room for it, then I'm going to get it. So let me just hold it still for you. She's really awesome, one of my favorite characters, and I just have to showcase both of these together. But again, this was a gift too from my boyfriend. So let's go on ahead with the comic books. Batman Little Gotham. If none of you guys have read this, I highly recommend it, especially if you like cute shorts. The art is amazing. Let me just flip through some random pages. Very light artwork and really cute. I have a bookmark here, don't want to lose my page, but it's so cute. And there's only 2 books so far, and they go through every holiday, and it's really adorable. It's not as dark as all the other DC comics, which is great. Gives it a whole nother feel to Gotham and all the characters. So of course you see a lot of Batman, you see a lot of Joker, Harley, you even see some Bane, Clayface, Mr. Freeze, Aquaman, all the characters almost, and they're all super cute, how they're drawn, and the story is just so adorable. Whenever I just feel like reading something simple and not get too into a storyline and they're just short, this is it. And I just really love the art. So there's only two books. Oh, that must be another package. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I got some mail call from the Batcave Comics. So this is awesome. Well, how funny. He was selling mystery packs for 45 bucks of DC or Marvel 10 and a bunch of other stuff. So, oh my god, this is awesome. It says Fragile Justin Bieber Pictures. That is too funny. Oh my gosh. I don't know about you guys, but I get really excited when I get packages. It's like Christmas. So again, I don't have a lot of knowledge of every single DC character, but I'm trying to expand. And the reason why I got this mystery pack is because I want to just read more about different characters and see how much fun I have. Ooh. And I'm open to it, so I think that's the most important thing. He gave me stickers! That's awesome! Thank you so much, that's great. Check him out on Instagram. He has his shop there, basically. You can DM him for a lot of stuff. Oh my god. Okay, I'll deal with the tape later, but dope! Look at this. Miles Morales. Cool. Oh, there's a fat piece of tape down here. Okay. I'm trying not to make this too long. Dope. What do we got? Batman. Ooh, first Huntress as new Batgirl. Dope! Excited to read that. Wow. What is this? Original art? Very cool. I can put this in my shirt box. It's dope. Ooh, this looks fun. DC Nation. I do like reading some things about the Joker. Like, I really like the Black Label storyline. It's a really short one. The Joker Killer Smile. It's cool. And I read his 80th anniversary too. It was really great. Damn, cool. Ooh. Oh, whoops. Oh my god. Can it fall? Oh no. Okay. And the Superman. Oh, United. Awesome. I hope these will fall. I have a piano right here. Who is this? I never heard of this person. The Silencer? That's cool. See, some characters I don't even know about. But that seems cool. And then what's this? Batman Beyond. Oh, Batwomen Beyond. Oh, that's cool. Ooh, I like me some Deathstroke. I haven't actually read much of him, but I liked him in Teen Titans when he's Slade. He was always really cool. For an old guy, I think he's pretty badass. Oh, look at this. I read this before and it was cute. When they first met Batgirl. That's awesome. I love Harley. Oh, speaking of Teen Titans, look at that. The new Teen Titans. Really awesome. Thank you. I love them. Oh, shoot. There's actually a couple more. What? Harley Quinn. There's no color. Can I color this? That's awesome because I have some awesome markers, alcohol markers. That's so great. And then this is a variant. Spidey. Awesome. Thank you so much. That's great. I'm glad I was able to share that in this video. So anyways, let's get through the other books. So I'm going to have to say I'm just instigating when I bought these two because, I mean, it's not often that I read a lot of romance in DC. So the fact that, you know, the Bat and the Cat are getting married and probably Joker tries to ruin it is very interesting to me. So I want to instigate and see what happens because it just seems interesting. Like, can you imagine if your own wedding was ruined? Like, what would happen? So that's why I got those two, to be honest. And then this one, Last Night on Earth. Just seems so interesting. The art, I haven't read it yet, but the art, and honestly, all art from DC is just top notch. It's just awesome. So, I mean, it's probably exactly what I think it is. He's the last night on Earth, right? Sometimes I won't even read that much of the brief like summary of what it's about because I don't want to spoil it. I'll read like maybe 2 sentences and then if it seems appealing to me, I'll read it. Next, we have the Wonder Woman Dead Earth. So I haven't read too much of Wonder Woman. Only DC Bombshells is what I've really read with her in it, and Deceased, I guess. And so this one seems interesting because it's very apocalyptic to me, and you know, the Earth is dead, and she wakes up and she's like, what the heck? What is going on with Earth? There's monsters that she has to fight to help the last people on Earth to defend. So I wanted to read it, and I love Black Label because of when I first read Harleen, I was in love with it. So the next one is, oh my god, please don't fall, is Scooby-Doo Team Up. So Scooby-Doo is super cute to me. Watched the show as a kid, just loved it. I read the volume 4 of Scooby-Doo Team Up with Harley Quinn and Zatanna, the Martian Manhunter, or however you say his name. So yeah, it's just so cute. I mean, it's very lighthearted to me, and that's why I am into it, honestly. Short stories again, they team up with different characters throughout DC, and that's why I wanted to start from the beginning and kind of read this crossover. And I think it's pretty cool to have a crossover with Scooby-Doo. So I picked up this very first Dead Man that I found in my comic book store because I'm really into Justice League Dark, and he's one of my favorite characters in Justice League Dark aside from Zatanna and John Constantine. So I would say he's my third favorite because even though he's dead, he has such a good heart and he's a good person. So you may think he's useless because you're like, how can a dead guy do anything? Well, he can possess people and other living beings, even like wind that is a being. So you have to read the other Justice League Dark to know what I'm talking about. But yeah, he's really cool. He's useful to the Justice League Dark, and I got really excited when I found this because it was just a gem to me, and I want to read more of Dead Man. So that's why I got that. And then, of course, I have the newer Justice League Dark series with a lot more Wonder Woman in it. And I read the 2015 series, and I thought it was great. Except for book like 4, I think, was really off. I had no idea like why it digressed so much. But I think volume 6 was the best when Zatanna was all by herself, and they were lost in forever, nowhere, wherever that place is. And God, it was just good. So I don't want to ruin it, and I haven't started on this series just yet, but since I like the first one so much, and honestly, Justice League Dark is my favorite DC, you know, like team. When I was a kid, I really liked the Teen Titans just because of the TV show, but other than that, I don't really care for the Justice League in general, but the Justice League Dark is where it's at, because they have people that aren't that big, you know? I mean, Swamp Thing is pretty big. I mean, John Constantine is big because of Justice League Dark, and same for Zatanna. Like, there's not much of Zatanna solo, so it's comprised of really cool characters like Frankenstein 2, Dead Man, as you saw, and Swamp Thing. Then there's Madame Xandu, who was just a part of the old one briefly. There's Black Orchid, and yeah, it's just a band of like misfits, you know, all together. So that's what I have for there. And then here I have my very first short box that I got to store some comics, because since I have no more room to collect statues and Funko Pops, I've resorted to collecting, you know, comic variant covers and even pins. So my pin collection is pretty dope. It's kind of just starting, but some of the books that I got here, which I'm really interested in reading. Of course, where's the first one? This is the third one. So, Deceased. I'm sorry if you can't see it because of the glare, because of the plastic. I do it for the lighting, but this is, maybe if I bring it a little closer, I don't know. But this is Deceased. I love the first one, so I'm glad they're continuing it. It wasn't disturbing. So that's what I like about it, because when I read the Marvel Zombies, the first like 16 pages, I couldn't read it anymore because I thought it was too much. It was trying too hard that it got disturbing at one point. Oh, this is number 2. And of course this isn't disturbing. It's I wouldn't say like realistic, because I don't know what it's like to have a zombie apocalypse and how people would actually act, but it was just enough scary, I guess. And I thought it was crazy that they killed off Batman in the last series. But I don't know, maybe this one they're continuing from like a different storyline. I'm not sure because I haven't read it, so I'm excited. And typically I don't buy these because I like to wait till the whole thing comes out, just because I save a little bit of money too. But then I have to wait a long time, so that sucks. So Death Metal, Dark Knights, I have not read the entire storyline. I haven't started with The Road to Dark Days yet because it's on my waiting list of things to read. I just have like a really fat list of things to read. But that's definitely going to be one of them because, you know, it shows a really dark side of these characters in the Justice League. And I'm interested in seeing how dark it is. And like I said, I'm glad it's not, I don't think it'll be so disturbing to the point where I'm going to put down like Marvel Zombies. I don't know why that was so disturbing to me. But those are basically my newest pickups. So I want to thank you guys for watching this and, you know, sharing this hobby with me. It's amazing being able to read, to look at art, as I'm an artist myself. And I'm currently actually doing $10 commissions, including shipping. It comes on a thicker cardstock piece of paper. I use alcohol markers, and I use cardboard to put in. And I even give like a thank you card along with like a superhero sticker, all for $10, because, you know, it's tough times right now, and I want my art to be affordable. A lot of people sell their art for a really, you know, high price, which is cool. I personally wouldn't be able to afford like a $175 piece, even though it's really good. I'm not saying my art is like really crappy or like the best, because it's not. It's like somewhere in between. I have my own little style. So if you're interested, my Instagram is Ravenous Kells, just like my name. And I do a bunch of other stuff too. So thank you so much, guys, for being here, and I can't wait to see you guys again for my next haul.
Hey guys, thank you so very much for watching today, and if you're new here, please hit the subscribe button right here on the screen and check out these two awesome videos. I think you're going to love them. And also please join us on social media: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. I would love to have you join in all the fun. Thank you guys so very much for watching. See you in the Batcave.